This chapter is all about learning how to use Stencyl. Why are we learning about Stencyl? Technology has made gaming a significant part of modern entertainment, providing an easy way to develop 2D games for web, mobile, and desktop platforms without coding. It is widely used by beginners, educators, and professional developers to create interactive and engaging games. What will you be able to do by the end of this unit? You will learn what Stencyl is, what it does, and why it's useful for game development. You will explore Stencyl tools and how they help you build games. You will get familiar with how Stencyl looks and how to use its different parts. You will actually build a simple 2D games using Stencyl. We will cover important ideas about how to design games that are fun and playable. You will learn how to identify and fix problems that may come up while you're building your game. Now, let's talk about Stencyl. What is Stencyl? Stencyl is a game development tool that uses a drag-and-drop block system for scripting, making it accessible for beginners with no coding experience. Meaning, Stencyl is like a super friendly toolbox for making 2D video games. Instead of typing complicated code, you use colorful blocks that you drag and drop to create your game's actions and behavior like in the picture below. Stencyl also supports advanced scripting for experienced developers. What else can Stencyl do? Stencyl isn't just for beginners, even experienced programmers who know how to code can use Stencyl. It has advanced features that allow for more complex game mechanics and scripting, giving experienced developers more control and flexibility. And the best part, the games you make with Stencyl can be played on lots of different devices. You can create games for computers, smartphones, tablets, and even websites. So whether your friends play on PC, iPad, or Android phone, they can still enjoy the games you created.
Today, I will discussing the key features and benefits of Stencyl, a versatile game development tool. First, Stencyl is designed to be user-friendly, utilizing a colorful blocks-based interface that makes it accessible for your learners. Starting as early as 9 years old, this ease of use is complemented by the fact that it's free for students, allowing them to download and continue their project at home. Stencyl is compatible with multiple operating systems including Windows, Mac OS X, and Linux, making it widely accessible. Despite its approachable designs, it's a professional-grade tool used by both hobbyists and game studios, proving its capability in creating successful games. For educators, Stencyl is a valuable resource utilized in various educational settings worldwide. It fosters a supportive community where users can seek help and share experience. The benefits of using Stencyl extends beyond game design. It equips students with essential skills in programming, graphics, design, and teamwork, all while promoting hands-on learning and personal ownership of their projects. Lastly, the Stencyl editor is a comprehensive tool that integrates all necessary features in one place, including scenes creation and behavior management, making it efficient for users to develop their games. In summary, Stencyl is not just a game development tool, it's an educational platform that empowers students and educators alike.
In my part is the tileset themselves are created as a tileset resource at the dashboard. Example of this tileset in this image is, imagine you are making a video games. You want to create a forest scene. You will create a tileset that includes a different tiles like grass, trees, and paths. And after that, you go to the dashboard of your game development tools, and there you create a tileset resource that contains all these tiles to the dashboard. Next is this, you can edit the tiles, the tile in the tile set you want. Next is, for each tiles you can set custom metadata, example text descriptions, collision shape, default or custom, and frames of animations. For animated tiles, you can define your own collision bounds for more precise collisions. So, in the word custom data is it help describe the tiles. Example, sa paggawa mo ng laro at may gagamitin kang pintuan or represent door tiles, pwede mo i-add sa metadata. So, in the word collision shapes, it is to determine and detects the interactions, player movement, kung ito ba ay may problema. Example dito sa the word collision shape, example is if a tail represents an obstacle, you may want to create a polygon shape that matches the exact outline of that obstacle to ensure precise movement and interactions. So dito sa animations, and the word animation frames, or frames of animations is siya yung nagbibigay buhay or movements effect. Halimbawa nito is yung sa tileset of like river, is siya yung nagbibigay buhay sa para may agos-agos yung tubig dun sa loob ng video game. So dito na tayo sa polygon. To create a polygon tool is a bit clunky but gets the job done. So this image is for editing a characters or any shapes of any of the characters, like stars, actors, like that. And this right side is called a visualizations, and then the X and Y is called view coordinates, and then the counterclockwise and the drag and drop. And then after you satisfied editing the character that you want is click OK, and pwede mo rin siyang mapalitan or i-adjust ulit. Scene editor includes behavior and events tab. So we see in this image is have a scene, behaviors, events, physics, atlases, properties. So here the behavior is define a object act, example of a movement of a characters. Examples have characters, examples the game is in a sprite A. In a game that you want to move left and right, it is set keys like A for left and D is for right. Dito sa events naman, it is define what happens, something occur, or example is yung banggaan ng isang characters. It is determines when a certain condition is met, like pressing a button or colliding with the other subject. So example of a events is when a sprite A reaches a specific points, which means is the finish lines, a message appears saying you've reached the finish line. Physics enables you to configure global physics properties for your scene in Stencyls. So physics, siya yung kumokontrol o nagpapahintulot na kontrolin kung paano kumilos ang isang object sa mundo ng games or in a video games. It is how to object interact with one another and responds under influence of gravity. So gravity, you can see in this image is a gravity horizontal and gravity vertical. So it is a 0.0. So gravity horizontal is affects have left or right. In the game world, in the image it is set to 0.0, meaning there is no a horizontal force acting on the object. And then the gravity vertical is influence movements up or down. In the image, it is a set to 120.0, meaning mayroong malakas na persang pababa na gaya sa ating mundo na humahatak ng mga bagay pababa. If you get is para siyang same din kung tatalon ka is agad ka ring bababa. Example of without gravity, kung ang isang bagay ay gaya ng bola ay nasa isang laro na may 0.0 horizontal na gravity at walang vertical na gravity, ito ay lulutang at hindi gagalaw unless you apply a specific force to it. Kapag meron namang gravity or with gravity in the games, if you have a character in a games with 120.0 na set vertical gravity in the image is tataas ito, pero mabilis din itong bababa dahil sa malakas na persang pababa na kung paano gumagana ang gravity dito sa ating mundo. Atlases in Stencyls are similar to sprite sheets in other games engine, allowing developers to combine related resources into single file to improve game performance. So atlases Stencyls, you can see the image. The main atlases is the file of the part of the game, like the characters, like that. They are collections of multiple images or resources combined into a single file para ito ay mapadali ang pag-update or pag-replace sa gusto mong mga karakter o na mapalitan, like that, at mas napapadali ang pag-loading ng isang file na andun na lahat, kaysa naman is sa paisa-isang file na hindi magkakasama is hassle siya sa pag-loading.
So for the 19th slide, properties allow you to set critical details of the scene that are otherwise set during creation. So when you think of scene, basically game level siya. For example, sa level 1, yun yung scene 1. After makomplete yung first level na yun or yung scene na yun, sunod sa next level, which is yung susunod na scene. So ang Stencyl, ina-allow niya na i-customize yung scene by adding objects, physics, and other settings na kailangan nyo dun sa game na yun. So for the actors, according to this slide, actor is any game entity that is in the tile, including the main character, main menu, high score widget, and enemy sprites. An actor can contain multiple animation composed of frames. So according doon, ang actor daw is yung player, yung sprites mo doon. Pwede rin siya yung mga object kagaya ng button, basta na-interactan. Pwede rin yung enemies doon. Then, gaya ng mga objects na yun, meron silang animation if in-add sa mismong game na yun. Next is yung appearance editor specifies animations of your actor, behaviors, and events serve as the programming interface. Collision define the collision properties of your actor. So, ang appearance editor, dito siniset kung ano yung magiging itsura ng actors mo. Tapos kung paano ito gagalaw. Sa behaviors and events naman, dito makakontrol kung paano magre-react yung actors dun sa game na yun. Ang collision naman, dito yung i-determine mo kung ano mangyayari if two actors or two objects may nag-pump sila. Tapos, next is yung missing feature is ability to define collision shape per frame of animation, requires separate animation groups, or results in less accurate collision. So sa Stencyl, hindi ina-allow yung different collision shapes for different animation frames. So, ibig sabihin nito, kailangan may separate na animation sa mga actors. Next is physics settings. The physics tab enables you to set the physics properties of your actor. So, based sa word na physics, ina-allow ka ng Stencyl na i-adjust yung movement nung actor na yon, ng objects. Yung pwede mo din i-set yung gravity niya, tas yung friction niya. Next is yung accessible and least confusing physics integration in a 2D game engine, addressing the frustration of new game developers with cryptic physics properties. So, ang Stencyl, user-friendly siya. Basically, pwede siyang pang-beginner. So, simple siya, madali din maintindihan. In that way, matutulungan yung mga aspiring game developer para makakreate ng game na gusto nila.
So, here we have the properties section, which include the name of the actor, the actor type, which is the birdie, and the properties with description, and the group called actors. Then here we have the collision group interface. So, what is collision group interface? Collision groups determine how various groups interface with each other, such as a bullet colliding with actors, but not with other bullet. So, as for example, here in the image above, we have the collision group, the floor, and the floor collides with the players and the actors. So, for example, yung actors ng ibon. So yung Flappy Bird may sahig yun. So, para magkaroon ng collision yung game, yun, kailangan nakakolide yung sahig dun sa ibon. Para kunwari, pag na-out, or pag nauntog dun yung player, ma-out na siya. So, ayun. Then, next tayo. So today, I will be presenting some key insights from our discussion on game development using Stencyl. So, in this segment, we will focus on creating a simple game and understanding fundamental principles of game design. So, to bring our game to life, we start by running the project. Initially, our main character, the hero, and it appears on the screen but is unable to perform any action. So, to program the hero's behavior, we have first to close the game, and then we need to open the actor type labeled hero and navigate to the event page. So, here in the events page, this is where we define commands and interactions, so allowing the hero to move, jump, and perform other in-game actions. So, by assigning different event triggers and actions, we can gradually shape the character's functionality, ultimately creating an interactive and engaging gameplay experience.
5 basic principles of game design a game designer should follow. 1. Study and play other games and build around a core game mechanic. Core mechanics help designer create a cohesive and enjoyable game during the development process. Are the fundamental rules and systems that define how game is played. They are the building blocks upon which everything else is built. And study and play other game is to understand how different mechanics work and how to contribute to the overall gameplay experience. 2. Design games that are easy to learn but hard. Accessible games that are easy to start but challenging to master attract a broader audience. Keep player engaged and encourage social play. By designing games that are easy to learn but hard to master, developers can create experiences that appeal to a wider audience, keep players engaged for the long haul, and foster social interaction. Rewards players with innovative items. Powerful rewards, whether embedded in the game or as external incentive, motivate players to continue playing and invite others, contributing to the game's long-term success. 4. Set concrete goals and objectives. Clear goals and objectives make it easier for players to engage with and enjoy the game. By setting clear goals and objectives, developers can create a more focused and enjoyable experience for players, ensuring they understand their purpose and progress in the game world. Last, set clear success criteria. Clear success criteria is structured easier to master. Engagement, user acceptability, game design principles, quality, outcomes, industry trends, game design courses, expert designers. The significance of establishing clear success criteria in game design. Clear success criteria are essential for guiding the development process and ensuring that the game meets its intended goals.